let's talk about the Allen Heath CQ-18T and the Allen Heath CQ-18T. Now you might be asking yourself, Brian, why, after putting Allen Heath on blast about the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity issues, would you go out and buy a second one? Well, the truth is, I like the mixer in general, but I was having Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity issues, and when I talked to tech support for the first time, they basically gave me a list of instructions on how to connect Bluetooth. And my first thought is, well, I'm not a fucking idiot. I know how to connect Bluetooth. My watch is Bluetooth, my Alexa's Bluetooth. Like, I've got so many Bluetooth devices, it's ridiculous. My car has got Bluetooth. I know how to connect motherfucking Bluetooth. And so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna make a video about it. I'm gonna show my issues. I'm going to demonstrate how far you can get away and it disconnects, like to show there is a problem. And even after that video, I really was still getting nowhere fast with tech support. About a week had gone by, I think. 4 or 5 days, I don't know. I've been working a lot lately, so it's kind of hard to keep the days together, but I think about a week. Maybe not quite a week, but just seemed like I was getting nowhere. So I thought to myself, you know what, my distributor's got these back in stock. I'm gonna buy a second one. I'm gonna make another video where I compare the two. And if the second one is as bad as the first one, I was really gonna put Allen Heath on blast. But, wouldn't you know it, the day that my second mixer was out for delivery, Keith from Allen Heath gets in the tech support chain, acknowledges that there's an issue because I had sent screenshots of Wi-Fi Analyzer showing them the signal strength coming out of this thing, and they kind of acknowledged that, yeah, well, obviously there's an issue. So, this is not a comparison video because they put me in touch with the US distributor. I now have an RMA. I'm making this update video because I'm about to box up my first one and ship it in so I can get a new one that works properly. I will say on the second one though, you know, I'm not going to do a comparison video, but the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is as good as you would expect Wi-Fi and Bluetooth to be. My office is in my basement. I've connected Bluetooth, played music, went upstairs to the first floor, no connection issues. I've even went upstairs to the next floor and still heard my music playing from my office. So Bluetooth seems awesome. I actually think it's probably better than the average Bluetooth device just because it has an antenna. And I was told that both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi use this antenna. So I think the Bluetooth connectivity is going to be better than your typical device, like better than my watch would be or better than my earbuds would be, because my earbuds would probably cut out. They're fine if I go up one floor, but they'll probably cut out if I go up to the next floor and try to play music. So I would dare say with the antenna, Bluetooth connectivity is better than your average device on this. Wi-Fi, I mean, I can go anywhere with Wi-Fi in my place. That's not really an issue. I will be interested. I haven't taken this out at an event yet, so I will be interested to see, you know, once I get other Wi-Fi signals bouncing around, how far out I can actually go. My usual router that I use for events doesn't even have an antenna, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe this is even better, you know? It would be nice, but like, you know, with this mixer, I should do an initial thoughts video on it, and I probably will now that I'm done complaining. As long as my new mixer works, then I'll be done complaining. But I plan on using this for small corporate events, DJ events. I think it'd just be nice to have my phone Bluetooth connected to it for like a backup in case my computer crashes for some odd reason. So that's the big point with the Bluetooth, and then obviously just mixing from a distance. But not too far of a distance, because if I'm doing a 300-person event, probably not going to bring this little mixer. I'll bring a bigger mixer and have a more professional system. But my RMA is in. I'm going to ship this guy out, get my new one. No comparison video. I like the Wi-Fi. I like the Bluetooth. I do think it works great. In general, like I said, I like the mixer overall. Like I'm actually pretty impressed with this mixer. And in future videos, I'm actually going to go into in-depth on how I actually use this thing. I've used it for a Zoom hybrid event, and I actually really like how they implemented the ability to kind of route a mix out the aux. So it's easy to do a mix minus if you have a speaker in the room and you have microphones in the room that are talking back to the Zoom person. It's pretty easy to do that. So I might make some different videos on the little things that I do like that with it. The only downside is I now have 2 of these and I really only wanted 1. So, you know, an extra $1,100 out the door for me, but 2 might come in handy. Maybe I'll sell one. I'll probably end up keeping it, but I would have liked to have transitioned that $1,000 into a new main mixer. I currently mix on the M32X32 platform, and of course, I like my X32 Compact because it's compact. You know, I can put it on a table myself, but my knobs are starting to get a little iffy, you know. You spin the knob and it just sometimes doesn't register quite right. So I would like to buy a nicer mixer, and I've been trying to decide between Allen Heath and Yamaha. And I'll be honest, originally I was going to get as soon as the Yamaha DM3 with Dante came out, that was what I was going to buy. But then Allen Heath dropped their videos on this thing, and it was instantly available, and I was like, holy nuts. Faders be damned, I will buy this touchscreen device and like it. I'm a fader guy. I'm not a tablet guy. But I'm using this for such small events that I don't really think it matters. Like I said, I wouldn't use this for a big event. You know, like last night I was doing a gala, and it was a very fast pace. We're doing a trio over here, then we've got headset mics in the audience. This guy's doing a 1-minute monologue, you know, pin spot him. This guy's doing a 1-minute monologue, pin spot him. Then this guy's doing a 1-minute monologue, pin spot him. Then we're going back to the podium. Then the auctioneer's coming up with a wireless. Then this guy's popping on the stage with a lav. So I'm like flipping pages, putting faders up and down as fast as I can, hitting music, putting up the trio, bringing it down, you know. Then we got a band playing in the corner, you know, got them guys on their own DCA that they're just popping in, you know. But meanwhile, it's like a prayer before the band starts, so I can't have a band like fiddling around while some guy's giving a prayer, so I got to keep them muted on the DCA and bring them up super fast while I kill the preacher's mic. And anyways, you know, just with things like that, you need faders. But a small corporate event, I don't necessarily feel like you do. So I like the fact that this had 16 channels of auto mix. Auto feedback was pretty good. I'll go into detail more on that in another video. I'm not gonna go overboard on this, but I was thinking the DM3, but it has no auto mix. Yamaha really fell short on that. Even 8 channels of auto mix would have been nice, but 16, that's better than my X32 has. So I like this for the small corporate stuff. That's kind of what I needed a mixer for, because, you know, just for small events, I don't like to lug in a big mixer. It's nice to have this little compact thing, but I would like to get rid of my X32 Compact and buy something a little bit more high-end for the bigger events that I do. And originally I was thinking a Yamaha DM7, because I really like the look of that when it came out, and especially the compact one looks nice and small, and I think would be perfect for the corporate events I do. But before that came out, I was thinking the Avantis. But the Avantis is bigger, you know, it's going to be tougher for me to, like, you know, I'd probably have to lay the case down, take it out of the case, pick it up without the case and set it on a table if I wanted to set it up myself. So I'm a little iffy on the size. Sometimes I think, you know, if I'm iffy on the size, go with an SQ5, but I don't feel like the SQ5 quite has everything I would want in it. So that's kind of the tough part. I haven't decided which direction I'm going. Still leaning a little more towards Yamaha, but it would be nice to be in the ecosystem of one manufacturer. So I think I'll play around with this a little bit more and go from there. But definitely, we're getting into the slow season now, but come spring next year, I'm definitely going to drop some cash on a new mixer. And it's either going to be an SQ5 if I decide to stay compact, an Avantis because, I mean, it looks awesome, or a Yamaha DM7 because that thing looks awesome too. And it is compact. It's awesome and compact. So it's a tough one, but that was a lot of rambling to say I would have liked to have taken the $1,000 from the second mixer and put it towards a replacement for my X32 Compact. Anyways, I've got 2. I'll probably just keep them. That was a lot of rambling to end my video. So much rambling, and I got a little sidetracked there that I don't remember if there was anything else I was going to talk about. So, I think I'll just end it there. Until next time, have a good day. I will probably do an initial thoughts video, and then I'm going to start making maybe like some shorts where I just kind of hone in on certain things I do with this mixer and kind of focus on the features a little bit, where some maybe fall short. I think this thing's obviously going to improve with firmware updates, but there's some minor issues I have that just are probably little software tweaks, and then some things I really like about the mixer. So we'll get into that in future videos. Until next time, have a good day.